I hope you all are doing well. So first of all, I'll introduce to you all Stuintern Technology Private Limited. So basically, Stuintern Technology Private Limited has a successful track record in the field of academia, research, training, recruitment, and job assistance since its inception in 2018. We also offer training and internship for all levels of professional world. It starts from plus two level to a seasoned professional. We in Stuintern Technology emphasize academic and research development as no civilization can survive without education and can't progress without research. We work with each applicant to prepare them for employment ready. Stuintern Technology bridge the gap between employer and employer via industry or product specific selection and pre-employment training. Just for a quick look, I am sharing my screen and showing all the unique services we Stuintern Technology Private Limited holds. So I hope my screen is visible to you all. Okay. So for learning and teaching platform, we have Prayug. For internship and training program, we have Stuintern. For professional resume builder, we have Resumotion. For job portal, we have Navrojan. For education, we have Vidapun. For psychometric test, we have Sudakshta. And for research, we have Anushram. So I'll introduce you to your trainer now. So for today's masterclass, your trainer will be Abhishek Garg. So he has a 5+ years of demonstrated history of working in the information technology and service industry. So I'll hand over to him and he will take over from now. So over to you, Abhishek, sir. You can
Yeah,
continue.
thank you, Arzu. I hope I'm audible to you.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, okay. Hi, guys. This is Abhishek Garg from Sienna Networks. I hope you are aware with Sienna Networks. So let's start this session. In this session, we will tell you that why are we using React over JavaScript. Instead, we have
Sorry
a
to
technology.
interrupt, sir.
Sure,
Can you
sure.
please, like students, all of are requested to switch on your cameras, and sir, you please switch on your camera as well.
Uh, like there's a situation with my camera. I don't know why it's not getting open.
Okay,
Sure.
no, no issues, no issues.
Let
Then
me check.
students, you can try to turn on your cameras, and please try to be interactive as much as you can. You can continue now.
Sure.
Yeah.
I hope I'm audible to everyone. Great. So in this session, we are going to discuss about that why are we using React over JavaScript. I hope students you are aware with JavaScript. JavaScript, it is a JavaScript basically a technology, or you can say it is a language. With the help of that language, you can write the logic of your web page. Now, what is a web page? So let's start with the basics of web page. Then we will move to JavaScript. Okay. And then I will tell you what is the need of basically React over there. Okay, so first I'm going to share my screen. I hope my screen is visible to you. Great. Okay, so this session will be particularly about why React over JavaScript. Okay, so let's start from basics of JavaScript. What is the need of JavaScript? Why are we using JavaScript? And how we can implement JavaScript. Okay, like if we clear these three topics about any domain, so we think that that particular domain are completely clear and you will be able to code in that domain. Okay, so what is JavaScript basically? Is there any student who knows what is JavaScript? Please raise your hand. Else you can turn on your turn on your microphone also. Is there any student who knows? Okay, let it be. So JavaScript basically a language which can be used to write your web page. Now, what is the use of JavaScript in a web page? Like if any student is aware with HTML and CSS and any web fundamentals like how can we implement a web page, how can we create a web page, how can we deploy it over internet. So I hope you are aware with it that your web page contains multiple kinds of functionality, like if you search over Google any kind of web page, like of course you have your websites, you have your college website. So for an example, in this particular case, we will consider Stu Valley website. Okay, so yeah, let's go there. Stu Valley technology. As you can see, this is the web page of Stuintern Technology Private Limited. Okay. What are we going to do? As we know that HTML and CSS is responsible to build this page with the structure and design part. But what about the functionalities? Like as you are going here, this particular thing is displaying.
Excuse me, sir.
Sure. Please tell me.
Sir, you are sharing the PowerPoint only.
Like you're not clear. Can you please repeat?
You are sharing the only the PPT is visible to us, not the site.
Oh, okay. Let me check it again. Thank you for informing me. Uh, yes, here it is.
Now it's visible.
Now it's visible. Amazing. Okay. So
Yes.
what is the thing is happening here? Okay. As you can see, this is a web page. So I hope guys you are aware with HTML and CSS. HTML stands for hypertext markup language and CSS stands for cascading style sheets. Now, what are these technologies? Basically, if you know that HTML is a technology, with the help of the technology, you can write the structure of your web page, that which tag will display there, where. Like if you are displaying here logo, so it's an image. If you are displaying here multiple items of a nav bar, so these are nav items, and this it is a button. So that is a part of HTML. And what about CSS? This coloring effect, which you can see here, this particular margin, this particular padding is about, it is a part of CSS, cascade style sheet. So now what is the role of JavaScript? See, students, this session is about why React over JavaScript. So we will not deep dive into HTML and CSS. We will further move to JavaScript and why market is using React over JavaScript. Okay. So let me tell you first of all, what is the need of JavaScript? Okay. So guys, as you can see that if you go on a particular website like Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, wherever you go and you fill your details and you are seeing that the particular data is stored somewhere. Okay, how it's happening? There is a particular kind of logic which is applying to the website, which is taking our data from the front end and sending to the data to the backend. That is the first application of JavaScript to connect with the backend. I hope it is not clear because that is the advanced part of JavaScript. So let's start from basics. Okay. So as you can see, there's a button. Okay. When I click here, okay, of course, no, it's not working. When I click on contact button, there's a form where you can enter your name, where you can enter your email address, and where you can enter some details about whatever you want to ask. Okay. So there's also a button, submit now button. When you click on this button, this particular data will be sent to the backend. This particular data will be sent to the database wherever database is deployed. Okay. And that particular database contains another entry for this particular data. Okay. That is about the main role of JavaScript, to connect with the another layer of application. Like as you know that any kind of application does not contain only single layer. It contains multiple modules. Also, it contains multiple layers. What are the layers? Layers are basically, as you can see, this web page is a front end. It is client side layer of your particular application. It also contains backend where the database is stored. Okay. So let's come to the main points about Why are we using React over JavaScript? Okay, so back to our PPT. Okay, is there anybody who knows what is React.js? Is there anybody?
Yes,
It,
yes.
it
React.js
is
is
a
a
JavaScript library.
JavaScript
Ah,
library that is used for the visual component and the UI
mhm,
design, and
mhm,
that's why it is used widely as it provides
mhm,
a small completed.
mhm. Yadunandan, can you please tell me why are we using React then? Like, if we have the JavaScript, then what is the benefit of React there?
Yes, React provide us many libraries and small implement packages and all that, which provide us easy to make the component very easy, and it is very easy to
Mhm.
design that things.
Who can say? Abhishek, what do you want to say? Abhishek, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
please tell me.
React is
Mhm.
basically a framework for JavaScript. It's run on browser.
Mhm. Sorry,
It's just
can you
basically
please repeat?
it's basically an extension for JavaScript where we can
No,
use more features
it is
of
not a
JavaScript.
extension. It is not a framework. Vandana, you were saying anything?
Yes, so React.js is a JavaScript library, and
Mm-hmm.
it is basically used to implement components. And
Hmm.
some APIs is more,
Mm-hmm.
And one
we
more
can
thing is
use
that, sir,
APIs.
it use single page component as you know.
Hmm. It is not single page component. It is single page application.
Sorry, it is single page application that provide us
Mm-hmm.
very fast and reversed for us.
Mm-hmm. That is about client side routing, right? Okay, let's continue. So let's start with what is React. Basically, React is a library of JavaScript. Now, what is this library and why it is not a framework? Okay, so that is a bit more complex question. Why React is just a library? Because it provides all the functionalities which is required, then it's a library, it is not a framework. Okay. So the thing is why we are using React over JavaScript. So React is a library of JavaScript which is used to implement the user interface. Okay, now what is the benefit of React, sir? Like if we have JavaScript, if we have HTML, if we have CSS, then why are we using React? We don't need React, sir. We can directly code in HTML, CSS, JavaScript. No. Then there are multiple issues which you may face when you are traditionally coding in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. One of the major issue which you can face, like okay, this is a website, it's Valley. Okay, let's go there. Go here. Okay, it's a React application. Let's move to any another application for say for can say any application like coding. Let's search coding. Okay. Uh, what is coding? Let's see, it is application of React or not, that it provides client-side routing or not. Okay, so suppose if we go here. Okay, so that's a major issue. Please focus on my screen. Okay, this particular section tells us that your page is getting reload or not. Okay, so what is the issue in it? When you are creating a native application in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, so as you know, guys, yeah, our application does not contain a single page. It contains multiple page like, uh, okay, Deepak, do you want to say anything?
Yeah,
Yeah, please.
I want to say, if without React, page again and again refresh. Like whenever you
Even I'm
click.
explaining the same thing.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so please listen. Yeah. So suppose that we created 5 page application where the 5 pages are home, about, contact, services, and careers. Can say careers. Okay. So these are 5 different pages of HTML. These are not a single page. These are 5 different pages of HTML. When if you anyone can tell me if we want to connect another page to our application, then which tag will be used?
Anchor tag.
Anchor tag, correct. So that with the help of that anchor tag, we can navigate or can say redirect to the another page of our application. Suppose the entry point route is slash, then we are moving to slash contacts, then we are moving to slash about. So, okay, so these are the 5 or 6 can say different pages of your applications. Okay, so now what is an issue in it? Like, sir, the same thing is implementing with that thing. So why are we using React? What is the benefit of that client-side routing, which you are saying again and again? Okay, so that's a catch. Okay, let's see one thing. As you can see, these are multiple pages which is present on this particular website, computerscience.org. Okay, so when I'm clicking on this particular Masters in Information Technology, you have to focus here, guys. Okay, so let's say I'm going to click on this particular button. When I click on this particular button, as you can see here and here, the page is getting reload. Okay, so what the issue is it? Like, sir, suppose I'm using Instagram and I'm going to the another section like chats. So when I'm moving to the another section chat, the page is getting reload again. Okay, so what is the issue? Like, what it can be, why it is not so beneficial, sir? Whenever you are using internet, suppose that you are using low bandwidth internet or a low quality internet, and you don't have a good internet connection speed. So what is the thing is happening here? Whenever you switch to the another page, that whole application will reload again, or you can say that whole page will re-render again. Okay, so sir, what's the issue next? It contains an issue when it doesn't mean that however times you reload the page, however times you make any kind of change in the page, like whenever you switch to the another page, it will take the internet from scratch again. Okay, it will take the internet. So that is a major issue. But sir, so what is the difference in React? Sir, React provides us client-side routing, where whenever we have to switch to one to another page, we don't need to reload that particular page. JavaScript will allow us to dynamically render to that particular page. Okay. For an example, that as we go on Stuintern technology, as you can see, there are currently we are at service. Okay. When we click on this about us particularly, you have to focus here and you have to focus here. Okay. Like I'm clicking on here. As you can see, this particular page does not reload it. So what is the functionality? Like I'm clicking here again, I'm clicking here again. So this particular piece of code, this particular page is
React
not getting
problems.
reload. That is a part of React router, or you can say client-side routing. I hope it is clear. If someone have any doubt, please let me know. And we'll move to the next topic. Okay. I hope nobody has any doubt. Yeah. So yeah, please, Deepak.
Yeah, sir, could you repeat a little bit? I confused. Like,
In
uh,
which thing? Can you
without
please let me know?
like
Sorry.
without React, like without React or React.
Like,
Uh,
what is the issue in without
changes.
React? Suppose that
Yeah.
you created an application in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, like just like this application. So whenever you want to switch to the another page, like this is the same page, bachelor's in web development, which this page is also contained by this website. Okay. So what's the issue in it? Whenever I click here, you have to focus here and here. Okay. So suppose I click particularly on here. So this particular page re-renders. Basically, it takes internet again. Okay, so that is a major issue which is in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, how React is resolving this particular issue. So what React provides us? React provides us a single pager application functionality. Now what it is, whenever you renders the particular page of your application, suppose you have created a website in React, which is www.example.com. And when that website first time renders, it renders all the pages present in that particular application. However, the number of pages is big or less, it doesn't mean that they will render all the page at the first time of rendering of the page. Okay. So what is the benefit here? Whenever you are switching to the another page of the same application, it will not re-render the web page. It will redirect you to the another page with the help of dynamic JavaScript. Dynamic JavaScript will help it to without re-rendering that page and switching you to that page. Okay. Now the second thing, let's move to PPT again. That was about what is the major functionality of React. Like it is not the only reason why we're using React. React provides us multiple features like components, like states, like hooks. That's why we use React. Okay, but it was not only the reason. That's why we use React. Okay, so let's read the introduction of React. A JavaScript library developed by Facebook. Now it is not Facebook, it is Meta, as you know, guys, for building user interfaces. Okay, it focuses on the view layer of web and mobile apps, allowing developers to create large applications that can update, render efficiently in response to data changes. Now, what is this? What is the basic meaning of this statement? Okay, so as we know, React provides us a virtual DOM. Is there anybody who knows what is virtual DOM? Is there anybody who knows DOM?
Document object model. It is
I
basically
know.
a React component. Sorry, JavaScript component.
It
One
is the
tree
only
structure.
JavaScript
It is
component.
like a tree structure. No, so DOM is like a tree structure. A tree structure. I don't know.
Anybody
Yes,
else?
DOM is basically document object model in which we have what we have designed in our UI will be just a tree like a structure in which there are two type of DOM, virtual DOM and real DOM. Virtual DOM is just a copy of exact copy of the real DOM, but this enhance our speed up and rendering effect as we have changed anything in UI. This is just change that particular section, and the algorithm used for that is called reconciliation. The
Okay.
process which follow
Thank you.
the change of
Thank
the
you. That is enough.
virtual DOM is reconciliation, and the algorithm
Sure.
used for this is called some one the term I forget
DFS.
that use, and this is all about the virtual and React DOM.
Thank you. Okay. Let me try to explain this thing more efficiently. What is about real DOM? What is DOM? And why are we using virtual DOM here? So JavaScript provides us a DOM, which is document object model, which is tree-like structure of the elements which is present in your web application. Suppose your application contains an heading tag. Behind that heading tag, it contains a particular functionality. And under that heading tag, it contains an image or something where the image contains another functionality when a user clicking on their image. So that is a part of DOM. It will contain it just like the nested structure. What is this nested structure? Suppose that A, B, and C, we have three components where A contains BC and B contains D and C contains E. So A will contain BC and B contains D and D contains, and C contains E. So it is a kind of tree-like structure. For an example, I'll show you an image for the more understanding. Yep. No, it's DOM tree actually. Like that. As you can see, that is a basic image which you can see. Okay, as you can see, your HTML for the main tag, which includes all the application, which is HTML. After that, it contains head tag, where head tag contains title tag. Just like that, body tag contains one element and another element, which is any kind of applicant, any kind of tag which is present in your application that will contain here, just like a tree structure. Okay, so what is the issue in it? Whenever you use JavaScript to make any update in the tree, suppose you are updating a particular heading in your DOM tree. So what is happening here? That particular DOM tree will re-render, or you can say that will take time to render that tree. Where in JavaScript it doesn't contain a real DOM, it will contain a virtual DOM. Now, what is this a virtual DOM? Virtual DOM is a lightweight copy of the original DOM, or you can say the lightweight copy of a real DOM. Where suppose if you updated this particular field, if you updated this particular field of li item 1, okay, so it will not re-render the whole DOM tree. It will use an algorithm to track this particular data with the help of BFS or DFS algorithms, and will, when it reach this particular section, it will re-render this particular section only. That will allow us sorry, that will allow a developer to create a faster website in comparison of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Also, it will allow a developer to introduce the concept of states and props. Is there anybody who knows what is the state and prop? Just raise your hand, please don't answer.
Uh, of course, sir. A state is basically the data
I
or
was
something.
saying just raise your hand.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
okay, not an issue. Yeah, just a second. Okay. So let's move to the next topic. What it is? JavaScript, as we told you, JavaScript already. Purpose the presentation will explain why React is okay. What is JavaScript now? I don't think I don't think that we need to explain JavaScript again because we already did it. And of course, we told you what is DOM, document object model, just now. Okay. So let's back to React. React is a library for building user interfaces, particularly single page applications. It uses components. Now, what is this components? Let me explain you what is components. Suppose, guys, you are using a Google Meet. Okay, it's a basic example. You are using a Google Meet, which contains multiple cards. Now, what is card? Suppose I'm Abhishek and someone is Jay, someone is Ritik. There are multiple peoples who are using whose instances are same. Basically, what's happening in a Google Meet? As you can see, this particular component looks same, function same, just the particular instance is different. Just the particular user is different, but the instance will be same. So what we have to do? Suppose you have to use a particular piece of code, which is div h1 hello world, in 5 times in your application, and these 5 times in a different pages. Like you have 5 pages: home, about, services, careers, and after that contact us. Okay, so you have an heading h1 tag, just like this. You have an heading h1 hello world, and you have to use particular headings in 5 different files. So what will you do? You will copy this particular piece of code and will paste there. Then it will be displayed in that pages also. But what's the issue in it? Suppose this particular piece of code of 100 lines or 50 lines. So you will copy the code again and again. So it will become too hectic or too complex to read, to understand, to copy paste, to debug. Suppose that the particular piece in these 100 piece of lines, there's a particular error which you troubleshoot in the home page. Okay. So what you have to do? You have to fix the particular piece of code in 5 different files. And the error is same. The same issue is arising there as well. But you have to update this particular piece of code there as well. So React allows us to make components. Now, what is this components? React will allow you to write that particular piece of code in a separate file. Okay, you will create a separate file using React functionality, and you can you can import that particular component and can call wherever you want to use it, just like functions. I hope, guys, you are already aware with functions. So React component is nothing. These are basically functions. Now, what is this function? These are the functions which returns you an HTML. It will not return you. It will not return you JavaScript. It will basically return you HTML. Now, what is this HTML? This HTML is just like that HTML which you are using in your HTML, CSS, JS application. Okay. And here, wherever we use JavaScript, wherever we use HTML or JavaScript in a React function, that particular thing is called JSX. Okay. Now move to the next thing, that how we can build a component. Okay, so we don't need to make a lot of code for that thing. You just have to create a file just like this index.js file, and you have to just create a function like function hello world, which is returning in hello world h1 in h1 tag. Okay, whenever you call this hello world just like a function, you have to call it just like a function. You have already exported it from this file, as if you are aware with JavaScript, so you know that JavaScript provides us a functionality of export and import. Wherever you can import a particular piece of code and can wherever you can export the particular piece of code and can import wherever you want. Okay, so that is a functionality of JavaScript, and of course we will use this hello world just like a function. Okay, next let's move to the next thing. Now, what is this advantages of React? or you can say virtual DOM. So as you know, React uses a virtual DOM to improve performance. As I told earlier, that React updates only the particular piece of code which is required to update. Okay. The virtual DOM is a lightweight copy. So basically, it is a lightweight copy, so it will take less time to render in comparison to actual DOM. Okay, React updates the virtual DOM first, then sync it with the real DOM, which is faster and more efficient. Once the virtual DOM is updated, suppose you have updated a particular component from from a DOM tree in the virtual DOM of React. Okay, so whenever that particular DOM is updated, whenever that particular component is updated, or you can say whenever the particular element is updated, it will automatically update the changes in the main page, in the main DOM, which is called real DOM. I hope it is clear. Okay, let's move to the next thing. Advantages of React. Okay, there are multiple advantages of component as well. Like, what are the advantages? React components provides us the reusability of code. Now, how it is providing? Like, guys, as we know that in our traditional applications, if we want a particular piece of code in 3 different files, what are we doing? We were copying the same piece of code in these different files. But what the thing is here, you don't need to copy this piece of code. You will create a component that can be reused till you want, however number of times which you want. Suppose that you want to use that particular piece of code 100 times, so you can say you can do that. Next thing, you can also use map function. I hope, guys, you are aware with map function and array. So what is this map method? Basically, this map method will apply a loop to an array. Suppose you have an array of 10 students which is in your class. Okay, you are implementing their cards. You are implementing an HTML card for them. Basically, what are they displaying? They are displaying only the names. So you will use map function there, which will help them to display the number of times that particular component as per the required. You don't need to you don't need to write it. You don't need to write it in the hard coded way. You can directly use a dynamic way to display that particular thing. I hope it is clear. Any doubt till now? So please ask me. Okay, it is clear. JSX is bit nothing, but this particular thing is called JSX. Wherever you are writing a HTML inside JavaScript, that thing is called JSX. It makes easier to write and add HTML in React. Basically, what are we doing in traditional HTML, CSS, and JavaScript based application? First, we have to create a HTML file. Then we have to link JavaScript. And what are we going to do? Suppose I'm giving a basic example. For that, I'm opening a VS Code. So just, yeah, Ujjwal, do you want to ask anything? Ujjwal, do you want to ask anything? Please let me know. Okay. Okay, so as we know that what we have to do in JavaScript and HTML file, first we have to create an HTML file, then we will link JavaScript file there. Like, first we create a JavaScript file, script.js. Okay, then we are linking that particular file, and let me link first. After linking, what we are going to do, suppose we have an h1 tag, there is nothing. So we are going here, we are selecting this particular tag using any kind of selector, like currently I'm using query selector, and we are updating their inner HTML by using this particular code. Okay, suppose hello world. Okay, so what is the issue in it? There's an issue in it. The code becomes too complex. What is the complex here? Like, first of all, you have to write code here, you have to get that particular element here, and you have to update that particular element here. But React solves this issue. How? When you go here, you don't need to write the code in different file. You can write your HTML code in the same file where you are writing JavaScript. You can use JSX. JSX is a easier way to write HTML. What we are going to do in React, we will write HTML inside the JavaScript so that we don't need to provide it classes or ID. Of course, we will provide it for another users, but we don't need to use it by document.get element by ID. Instead of that, we will particularly apply whatever the function which we want there. Like, how can we do that? Suppose if we are creating a React file, so let me tell you, RFCE. This is a basic React function. Basically, it is not basically a script. It is an app.js. It's a basic function. So suppose if we want to use h1 tag here, so we can directly use hello world here. We don't need to write the whole piece of code like in HTML file. Then we have to update here. Not like that. Now suppose that if you want to do something, you want to make something clickable. So what you will do here, you will create a function, click function. That particular function, what will do? It will alert whenever user click on particular function. Okay. So in a traditional HTML and CSS and JavaScript, what was the issue? If we want to apply a on-click functionality, then what we were doing, we were applying an document.get element by ID. Then we were applying a click event listener to that particular event and applying the function there. But now we don't need to do that. We will just directly use on-click here and can pass the function directly. Of course, this functionality in JavaScript, but in the different manner. Okay. So this particular piece of code reduced. As you can see, if you are writing this particular piece of code in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, so it will take more lines and will become too much complex, which is not here. Okay. So that was about GSX. What is the next thing? Performance benefit. Of course, as I told you, performance benefit. That React provides us a virtual DOM, which allows a user to faster updates. How it will particularly update the element where the change is detected, and once the change is completed in virtual DOM, then it will update the real DOM. Okay. Next thing, React updates. Let me check here. React updates only the part of the DOM that have changed, making it more efficient. I told you earlier. Performance improvements to lead to a better user experience. Now, what is this? Basically, once the time of render is reduced, as you can see, what's the issue in main website? What's the issue which you face in the websites? Like, suppose you are using a website and you visited that website and you facing an issue that it takes 30 seconds, 20 seconds, or 50 seconds to render that particular page. But in React, what's the issue is not there. Like, if you updated a particular piece of code or particular state in the application, so it will not re-render the whole application. It will just re-render that particular element or that particular component that will allow you to write the code. That will allow you to display the change on the web page. Okay. That was about performance benefits. React developer tools and React ecosystem. Okay, so let's move to React developer tools. What is React developer tools? Is there anybody who knows what is React developer tools? If yes, please raise your hand. Please let me know. Is there anyone? Okay, let me show you what are React developer tools. You have to go on Chrome and search React dev tools. When you go here and add to Chrome, add extension. As you can see, this particular piece of code is installed, not synced. Okay. Now, when you go on a particular website, you can see this page doesn't appear by using React. This particular piece of code will tell you that particular website is built in which tag. Okay. Now you have multiple React developer tools. One is component and profiler. I hope it is not installed yet. Yeah, it is not installed yet. Just give me a second to install new Windows. I hope now it is installed. The pages doesn't. Basically, it provides you two more tools. What is component and profiler? Okay, let me try to explain it in more detail. So as we know that React application is a superset of multiple components. As you know, it contains multiple components to build a particular web application. Okay, so if you want to check the React flow of components using profiler, images, yep, there's a, yeah, this is the correct answer. Yes, open image in new tab. So here you can see that your particular React application is started from root tag. That is the main tag which your application contains. After root tag, it contains an head tag. After head tag, in the parallel manner, it contains app container. In app container, there's another container. In app container, there's another container, then React dev overlay, then error boundary, then React context.provider, head manager context.provider, my app layout, div, nav link, link, a logo, SVG path. So basically, this is the flow of your React tag. Suppose that your React tag does not contain only single components. It contains multiple numbers of components. Of course, it can be more than 100 as well. Okay. So what's the issue in it? If you're creating an application, so you will forget that which component called where. So this particular tool will help you to find that which particular tool is used where and what is the use of particular components. There's one more thing which is props. Suppose that you have a main file in React and what you want to use that particular data present in the main file. You want to use that particular data in the nested files. So you can also use that particular data just like arguments. As we read in functions that we can pass particular arguments uh, to use in the function call. To use in the function definition. Just like that, we can also use particular content of data in the nested files or the nested documents or components with the help of props functionality. That is also one more functionality of React. Okay. Next thing. React ecosystem. React provides you multiple libraries, as I told earlier. React provides you multiple libraries. What are multiple libraries? Like Redux, React Router. Next.js is a framework. Next.js is not React. You can say it is a superset of React, where it contains directory-based routing, server-side rendering, and SEO optimization in Next.js. These tools help in state management. Now, what is state management? That is a basic example. Guys, tell me one thing, that if we created a counter application, is there anybody who already created a counter application? Okay, then I'll take your 5 minutes more to explain that particular thing. Okay, guys, we are creating an counter application in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We have a button plus, we have a paragraph. Initially, the value is 0, and we have a button minus. Okay, we applied this script document dot query selector button. Okay, one more thing I have to change here. ID plus and ID minus. Firstly, we are creating a variable. Initial value should be 0. and we are displaying this initial value here. Okay, now what we want, we haven't basically we haven't counter application, and what we want here, we just want that it contains two buttons, and whenever user click on the plus button, that particular value will be increased by 1, and when user click on decrease button, that particular value will be decreased by 1. I hope it is clear. Now let me explain you what I want here. Localhost, guys, it is visible. I hope it is visible properly. Okay, so let us create the functionality of these buttons. Document dot get element by id plus dot uh, add event listener. Event will be the click event. What I want whenever user click on this particular button, that initial value will be increased by 1. Okay, I'm applying that initial value plus plus, and similarly in the minus section. Okay, here we have to apply minus, and this particular value will be decreased by 1. Okay, minus, plus, all the ones are correct. Okay, one more thing we want, that whenever this particular piece, whenever that particular button is clicked, we want to display an alert that it is working. Okay, same we want here. So please let me know, guys, who are saying that it will work and who are saying that it will not work. Please write in chats. I'm reading the chats. Please tell me. It will work. Nikhil is saying it will work. It should be work. There are 38 participants here. Only 2 are saying that it will work. Deepak, do you want to say anything?
Yes.
Okay, guys.
Could you share code again? I want to.
Sure. Please let me know that it will work or not. Not work. Okay. Not work. Not work. Okay. Okay, guys. It will not work. Correct. What the thing is happening here, as you can see, that particular function is working, but the value is not getting updated. What the thing is happening here, you are not updating the tree. You are not updating the DOM. We have to update this particular value wherever we updated the value. Here, once we updated the value, we have to update the DOM as well. We have to update that particular thing, that value, that the DOM is reflecting the change. Now, as we go again here, now as you can see, now this particular piece of code is working properly. Let me remove this for explaining it more quickly. Now, as you can see, it is working properly. As you can see on plus or minus button, it is working properly. Okay, I hope it is clear. But now what is the issue in it? Like if we use React here instead of JavaScript, so there's a functionality in React of states. We will use states and we don't need to update it like this. Instead of React, we will whenever we update the value of that variable, it will automatically update the component in the React. In the basically on the web page, not on React. Basically, it will update the web page without any kind of updation required by developer. Okay, I hope this was about React. One more thing I think left. Let me try to explain. Yeah, React ecosystem we explained. Community. Yep. What is this React community? Like, as you know that market has a lot of React developers. So if you have any issue, if you have something which you want to ask, which you want to convey, so you can directly use. You can directly go and easily find the developer of React. You don't need to you don't need like that you are not getting any developer who is in React, who are coding in React. So React is a wide community and people are liking it because it has a lot of functionalities. Okay. Yeah. So guys, if you have any doubt, please ask me. Thank you then. Guys, please ask your doubts if you have any doubts. Deepak, please continue, please. What do you want to ask?
Yeah, just
Mhm.
I was asking, like, before few minutes ago, you share about
Mhm.
like we
Mhm.
use alert. So without alert,
Mhm.
it was working. But when
No, no,
we
no, no. It was working with alert. Who told you that it is not working with alert? Let me uncomment this alert. As you can see here, uh, it is also working with alert. As you can see, when you click here, okay, that the particular value is updated. If you click here, that particular value is decreased. What was the issue in it? When before that thing, we were not updating the DOM. As you can see in line number 12 and line number 6, we were not updating the DOM. After asking that query, we updated the DOM as well, so that change is reflecting on screen. Deepak, are you clear with it?
okay, yeah.
Yep. Any another doubt?
Yeah, could you share PPT?
I'll share to Arzu. She will share with you.
Students, hope you enjoyed the masterclass. If you really found this masterclass helpful, please drop your feedback in the chat box, Zoom chat box. All of you are please requested to drop the feedback for the masterclass in the chat box. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask ask the trainer right now. And if everything is clear, we can wind up our today's masterclass. And I hope we can bring you more such masterclass in the coming in the future. So thank you, Abhishek sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this masterclass. Anuj, if you want to enroll in the further course, you can contact me personally and I'll guide you further about the class. And yes, we have bilingual classes also where we teach like in both of the languages, Hindi and English. So yes, thank you everyone. Thank you, Abhishek sir. Have a nice
Yeah.
day, all of
Bye.
you. Bye everyone.